This episode is sponsored by Jackery. Hello, my friend. My family's coming to the cabin for a cozy fall visit, so we'll have to prepare. In addition to cutting stone treads for the porch steps, sweeping the chimney, and installing new light fixtures in the cabin, I also want to finish the sauna footings before they arrive. It's a tall order, but I'm sure we'll manage.
Well, as you'll have seen, I just finished installing the stone treads on the porch steps. I think they tie in beautifully with the rest of the stone accents that I've added to the porch, so I think it's a great way to cap off the porch build. Now, beyond aesthetic reasons, there are practical reasons why I install the stone treads. First of all, it's to prevent wear and tear on the actual wooden steps. As we're going up and down over the years, we're not going to be wearing in those wood steps because now we have stone tread on top. Also, it just keeps them cleaner because as we're walking up and down with our muddy boots, we're not going to be grinding mud and dirt into the wood grain of the steps because again, we're walking on top of the stone treads and those can be easily washed off. Now, the way that I fasten them to the wood steps is with a rock specific adhesive. It also sticks to wood as well. So I put that adhesive down, I laid the stone treads on top, and then I set a cinder block on top of each tread. I left it like that for 24 hours to cure. I pull the cinder blocks off and now those treads are there nice and solid. Anyway, speaking about mud, there's still plenty of it around the cabin site, but I'm planning on dealing with that next year by spreading wood chip all around the cabin site just to keep us from tracking in more mud into the cabin than we have to. So if you look behind me, I've got this great big pile of cedar scabs, and this has come off of the logs and the timbers that I used to build the cabin with. And what's nice about this is there is zero wastage with the trees that I've been harvesting because even the scabs are going to be used as wood chip to put around the cabin. In the meantime, I picked myself up a pair of insulated rubber boots from Bass Pro. I bought my daughter and wife a pair as well, so when they come out here they can wear those and keep their regular shoes from getting all muddy. Anyway, you'll probably have noticed that I was using my Jackery power station to use the grinder to cut the stone treads with. And they are the sponsor of today's episode, so I would like to thank Jackery for doing that. Now, the Explorer 2000 V2 is a small but mighty LFP battery. Now, the thing about LFP batteries is they are much more stable than their lithium-ion counterparts. So first of all, they're safer to use. Secondly, they're more environmentally friendly to produce. And thirdly, they can operate in more extreme temperatures. So for example, the Explorer 2000 V2 can operate in temperatures as low as minus 20 degrees Celsius, which I find absolutely incredible because the old lithium-ion batteries that I used to use years ago, you couldn't use them in anything below freezing. So 0 degrees Celsius or lower, you couldn't use them. Whereas with these LFP batteries that Jackery makes, I can come into the cabin in the dead of winter without it being warmed up. I can plug into the power station right away and start using it right away.
No matter where you live, I believe it's important to invest in a backup power system for your home. During a blackout, having the ability to run a small heater, operate a water pump, charge your phone, power the lights, and so on can make a world of difference, which is why Jackery products are a perfect fit for anyone, whether at home, camping, or living off-grid. Their power stations and solar panels provide instant power with no installation. If you're interested in learning more about Jackery and getting a good deal on their products, you can check out the link and promo in the description below. Or Google Jackery 2000 to learn more about the product. These autumn days at the cabin are cool but pleasant. However, the crisp air and colorful canopies serve as a gentle reminder that I should prep the wood stove for the coming cold.
Well, there's still plenty to do before my family arrives. First of all, I want to sweep the chimney and get the wood stove ready. Secondly, I want to gather some field stone and finish off the sauna footings. And finally, if I have time, I want to install some permanent light fixtures within the cabin. So up until now, I've been running extension cords and putting light bulbs wherever I can. So it'll be nice to finally get some light fixtures in place with some switches and outlets. It'll look so much cleaner. Now, although I won't be able to wire it all up today, at least I can get the fixtures where I want them and see how they look. So I'm really excited for that. Anyway, let's keep going.
As a rule, I sweep the chimney every autumn before lighting the first fire of the season in the stove. This is to prevent the buildup of creosote in the pipe. As you can see, I use a small plastic bag taped over the chimney to catch the soot as it falls down the pipe. As soon as there was a break in the rain, I headed out on the tractor to gather some more stone to finish the footings for the sauna build. The sauna has 9 fieldstone footings, which I'll eventually place 9 boulders on. It's on top of these boulders that I'll build the structure, just like we did with the main cabin. It's been 7 years since my dad and I dragged these boulders in place for the main cabin, and it hasn't moved an inch, which is why I know the sauna will be just as solid. The last thing I did before bringing my family to the cabin was to install the light fixtures in the kitchen, loft, and back hallway. With the fixtures in, chimney swept, stove blazing, cabin cleaned, and coffee kettle on, everything was ready for my family to arrive.
Yes, I love it so much. Oh, wait, everybody make a family face. Daddy, come in here. Make a family face. All make a face.
Okay. Well, you made quite the face.
You do not lose that picture.
Yes.
I love it so much.
Oh.
I wrote that night.
Okay, well, I guess we won't have that one.
The wood on the corner of my eye, and I got an actual one.
By night, we cozied up to the fire, and by day, we toured nature's palette of fall colors together. While exploring, we collected some wild apples, which we brought back to the cabin to make into apple syrup.
Oh, I think it was this one.
Yeah, you got it?
Yeah, I got it. It looks so good.
Nice. After juicing the apples, we boiled the liquid down into syrup. As for the leftover pulp, my daughter carefully laid it on a nearby stump for a passing deer to enjoy. The next morning, we made funnel cakes, which we drizzled our freshly made wild apple syrup on. Adding the front porch this year has been like adding an extra room to the cabin. We've spent much of our time out there, and we've been enjoying it far more than I could have dreamed. Needless to say, I'm glad I built it.
It's probably the hardest.
There, look at that. Alright, that's perfect. I have to say that this has been an absolutely beautiful autumn out here. We've loved our time in the colors, our time with each other. The funnel cakes were amazing, especially with the wild apple syrup that we made from the apples we picked and processed ourselves. And for those of you who are wondering, making apple syrup is extremely easy. All you need to do is boil it down. So there's nothing that you add to it. It's a 6-to-1 ratio. So if you have 6 liters of apple juice, you can boil it down into 1 liter of syrup, which is what we did. It tastes amazing, it's natural, and it's just nice to be able to do that with a family. Anyway, there's still lots to do before the snow flies. First of all, I need to take care of the tractor. You'll probably have noticed within the last year especially that the tractor has been smoking. Now, I've been trying to get the old Massey to quit, but old habits die hard, I suppose. I think it has something to do with the injectors, so I just need to get those taken care of. It smokes when it's cold and when it idles for too long. So as long as it's working hard, it seems to be happy. And I have been working that tractor hard, especially this summer with gathering all of that stone to fill the sauna footings with. I did 10 round trips with the tractor, totaling, I believe, 20 to 25 kilometers down some really rough and rocky trails on a tractor without suspension. So it took a long time to do that. And I loaded somewhere between 10 to 15 tons of stone to fill those footings with, most of which I hand loaded myself, twice by the way, because I had to load it into the trailer from where I gathered it from, and then I had to bring it here and throw it into the footings. Now, I did use that dirt scoop to pick up some boulders alongside the trail as I passed by, and I dumped those boulders into some of the sauna footings, which meant that I needed less field stone to fill those footings with. So it did save me some work. The thing about working in a bush as dense as this is I can't really use a tractor with a front end loader. It would just get in the way and it would be hard to maneuver in many of the places that I have to pass through. So having the dirt scoop on the back of the tractor has been the best of both worlds. I've still been able to maneuver the tractor easily enough while still having that bucket on the back that I can pick things up with.
That's it for now. Until next time, my friends, stay safe, be well, and God bless.